Hey guys. So yeah, I wanted to make this video. Um, yeah, just there's a lot of conversation at the moment, and obviously it's around detoxing and excessive detoxing. Names like Hilde Larsen are coming up, and and I think a lot of it's a little premature in my opinion. Actually, I don't think we should be talking about and speculating about Hilde at this time. Like it's a little bit early. But I get it. I do get it. I'm curious, like everyone else. I'd love to know the details. But ultimately, well, the reason I wanted to make this video is because I'm seeing a lot of people spreading this message of like, there's too much extreme detoxing and people are going too far and they're harming themselves and just shedding like a kind of negative light on the whole subject. And maybe that's not the intention, but I feel like that's the energy that I'm picking up on. And I don't know, maybe you guys pick up on a different energy, but that's how I'm feeling it at the moment. And the other thing I'm noticing as well is like a lot of this is coming from people who haven't really dealt. They're not coaches for starters, or they're coaches that that I don't think are dealing with extreme cases of weakness and sickness and disease. And that has a real, like a limitation on our understanding of these tools, because if you haven't pulled yourself out of a really deep state of weakness, or you haven't helped someone else and pulled them out of a really deep state of weakness, then you won't really appreciate or understand the relevance and the importance of some of these tools, which are considered extreme. And I'm talking about, your dry fasting, your really long juice fasts, your long water fast. Some people are saying you shouldn't be eating fruits for too long. I'm like, that's just stupid. That's idiocy in my mind, because fruit is the food that we're designed to eat. And some of these people saying that know that too. So if you eat fruit for 6 months, that's not extreme in my mind. Because if you can do that and you can enjoy that process, then enjoy the healing, because that's what you're going to get. If it's absolutely overwhelming for you and you can't do it without like completely losing your emotional and mental stability, then all right, yeah, you might need to back off a little bit, find some balance with vegetables. But it really it all comes back to this in the first place, really. Like if we're emotionally and mentally able to go through the challenge, then the physical part is not that, it's not that difficult to prepare for a fast and to make sure we're safe. I will say just from the get-go, like it goes without saying, if you're going to go into a long water fast or a dry fast or any sort of deep level of detoxification and you're new to the process, then you definitely want to have a coach, not just for the success of it, but for your safety, obviously. So find someone to take you through that process, because it's going to be difficult. You know that already. You might as well find someone to take you through it so you can get the most out of it and really like benefit at the beginning and not have to go through all the trial and error. A lot of people look at the things I've done and they think it's extreme. And yes, 40 days of water fasting in a jungle, it's extreme. I look back at it now and I think, wow, like who the hell was that guy? Like I see photos of myself, I watch videos and stuff. I go, man, that's it's strange to see, who that was in the mindset and the shift that I've had in that time and what I've learned. I don't tell people to do those things. I've never told anyone to do a 40-day water fast, never told anyone to do a long, extended dry fast, unless I thought they were ready. And they were only ready because I took them through the process of, preparing their body, preparing their mind. And me personally, I've never had any problems. I've taken people through 5 days, 6 days, 7 days of dry fasting, never had any issues. And, like all I've seen is some real benefit. So I do get a little bit kind of disappointed, I guess I would say, when I see people like really throwing these things away and disregarding them. And, I don't care about the messages I get. I get messages all the time calling me this and that, whatever. But it's more just like creating this message and just this doubt and fear around something that is so powerful, that can help us in such a great way if we know what we're doing. So, like I don't even really want to talk about Hilde or like Robert Lockhart or any of these. We're all just speculating here. We don't know what happened. Hilde, I've spoken to Hilde personally. We did an interview with Hilde, and she said dry fasting is what saved her. And I've heard her say that on a video with Dr. Morse. So maybe dry fasting is part of the reason why Hilde passed, which is tragic, by the way, you know, super sad. And maybe it's not, but even if it is, Hilde knew what she was doing. She was using dry fasting from the very beginning. She's been using it for years. And it really, really, it had a profound impact on her healing. So there's ways to use these tools. They're extreme if you don't know what you're doing. But the other thing is, like, people are in extreme states of weakness. We're not dealing with like skin problems. When I'm talking about using these tools, it's not because I've got someone that comes to me and they're like, oh, I've got some acne and, you know, I'm a bit constipated, and I'm like, great, dry fast, you know. No, it's not like that at all. It's like when you got someone who has a major kidney weakness, chronic kidney weakness, and adrenal weakness, genetically as well, and you can see it in the eyes. As soon as you see it there, you know, based on their symptoms in their eyes, this person's going to have a tough time getting well if they just eat fruit. And I have people come to me all the time who are like, I've been eating fruit, I've been eating raw for ages, and I'm just not getting anywhere. I can't get better. And I know straight away it's because their level of weakness is just too deep. They need an extra push. They need a deeper level of rest than what the food is bringing them. A deeper level of energy than what the food is bringing them. And fasting gives that opportunity. So, you know, it's all about the individual. And I think we really need to, you know, I don't mind the conversation that's going around at the moment. I think it's important, but I just think it's coming from the wrong people, or at least some of the things that are being said by some of these people are coming from a place of zero or minimal experience and a lack of understanding of these tools. Because if you haven't done dry fasting, I'm sorry, but you can't talk about it. Like, I don't do urine therapy, and I don't talk about urine therapy. Someone asks me, I say, could work, might not, I don't know. It seems to work for a lot of people. I'm not going to say anything bad about it because I've never done it. And that should be the case with everything. If you haven't tried it, you shouldn't really be talking about it, in my opinion. And a lot of people are talking about these things, saying they're too extreme and speculating about Hilde. And it's like, we don't know, so don't talk about it. And you've never done it, so don't talk about it. If you've done it and you've got experience, then you'll know firsthand that yes, you can overdo it. But yes, you can do it really, really well, and you can experience profound healing. So understand the tools. It's like, this is basically what I talk about every day with clients. It's like, learn your toolkit. You got all these different levels of detoxification. You got all these tools to support the process, like enemas and herbs, mindset, meditation, skin scrubbing, the sun, all these different things. When you learn how to use these things properly, you're going to start the healing process. You're going to start eliminating. Elimination is the key, and then your healing will start to begin. So I just wanted to make this video. I wanted to put this message out there. Like, I think it's an important conversation, but there are so many people who just don't know much about this whole topic, right? They've come here to this space. They're finding all these YouTubers and all these people who are making all these claims, and I'm one of them. And there's like a lot of misinformation, and they've already come from a world of misinformation or contradictive information. So all of it just becomes like, man, what do I believe? Who do I go? You know, who is telling me the truth here? And you know, there's a lot of truth scattered around it, and in my opinion, there's just a lot of kind of misguided understanding around it, scattered amongst it as well. So, you know, my message to you guys that are looking for the truth, that are still learning the tools, is firstly, go slow. There's no reason you need to jump into any kind of extended fast at the moment. You just need to focus on your diet and your lifestyle, because that's what caused the problem in the first place. Fix that, get really comfortable with that, learn the fruits, the vegetables, the herbs, the different tools, and get some confidence there. And then when you're ready, jump into some juicing, then maybe jump into some short water fasting. Learn the importance of the kidneys and the lymphatic system and kidney filtration and cleaning out the digestive system and fungus and parasites and all this stuff. And then when you're ready, you find a guide and you jump into a water fast if you want to. And it's only if you want to. It's only if this is something you feel called to do, or a dry fast if you feel called to do. My point is, go slow. There's no need to go fast with this stuff. We're all playing the long game. Nobody's sprinting to the finish with this. That's where you can get yourself in trouble. Plenty of people out there who have done juice fast for 100, 200 plus days, and they'll tell you the challenges, but they'll tell you the major breakthroughs they've had. Do you need to do that? Of course not, but it's something that is possible. I'll tell you now, I did a 40-day water fast and I didn't fully understand how to go through that process at that time. It was a few years ago now. And I drank way too much water. I didn't set myself up in the right environment with the right kind of mindset and just rest and all of this. And I actually made myself worse. So I put my hand up, like I've gone to the extremes, but that's my journey and that was my decision, and I now learned about that, about what's too much and how to help other people better. And I don't tell people to do that. And if they come, and some people call me up and say, hey, I want to do a 40-day water fast. First thing I say to them is, why? Because it's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done. And most of the people who set out to do every one of them actually, who set out to do a 40-day water fast has made it to about day 20 or 25 and then has cut it. So it's just not necessary for us to do that stuff, guys. It's really just about learning the ropes, going slow, and you'll find your healing. The healing comes about through elimination anyway. It's not about doing the biggest fast. I have actually felt better after 2 days of dry fasting than I did after 40 days of water fasting. And it's because 40 days of water fasting, way too much water and stress, and I wasn't filtering. 2 days of dry fasting, I had a jar full of sediment and I felt way more relief than I did on those 40 days. So it's elimination. It's the accumulative effect of all of the things that we do. It's not about doing one fast and making it to day 9, because day 9 is the day that your body's going to get to that level of healing and your biochemistry is going to change in such a way that you're going to experience this major breakthrough. I don't believe it works that way, because every person's body is different. We have different levels of weakness. We have different levels of congestion. We're holding on to different amounts and varying levels of chemistry. So you get rid of that chemistry, all of the crap that's causing the weakness, you strengthen and regenerate, and that comes over time. And you just learn the tools, guys. So I think that's all I wanted to say on the topic. I want to instill some confidence back into the community and just, if there's fear around all of this stuff because people are speculating and throwing out ideas, just know that there's a very safe and responsible way to go through this process. And it's about being guided by someone who knows what they're doing. And like I said, starting slow. So let's get rid of the fear. Let's get rid of all the doubt. Let's stop speculating and let's continue the conversation because it's an important one. But let's not freak people out and say things like dry fasting is an absolute no, because it's not. It's worked for a lot of people. It's worked for me personally. It's worked for a lot of people that I've worked with. It's worked for a lot of other people that you guys have probably come across. Same thing with water fasting, same thing with juice fasting, same thing with fruits and herbs. So, let's just get smart about it, guys. And let's keep going, continue the conversation, keep healing ourselves, sharing our stories. And I think that's all from me. But I hope this video has kind of cleared things up or helped you guys get a bit of a better understanding about things. It's something I really wanted to kind of get off my chest a little bit and just share. So awesome. I hope you guys are doing really well on your own personal journeys. And I hope you guys are having some success with your healing. And just remember, it's all there for you. All these tools are there. You just got to learn how to use them, clean the body out. The body magically starts regenerating. It's not magic, it's physiology, anatomy, science. But anyway, That's it from me, guys. All the best. Talk to you soon. Bye.